Yes? Anyone? Inviting. What's inviting? Yes, Bruno.
Inviting the art of getting someone to come and have a look at the business. Where I say yes.
Wow, the art of inviting someone to come and look at what? The business. A very big hand clap for Mr. Bruno. One clap, two claps. Wonderful. So, inviting, that's the art of getting someone to come and look at the business. In case you start a business, you need to invite people. In a business where you don't invite people, you end up also maybe not getting clients at all, or having a limited sales if you don't invite people. In any opportunity, even if it's in the industry of music, you see them inviting. If a musician has maybe a launch, you're going to see them also putting up posters. They go to TVs, they promote, they invite. They even make, they get these vehicles, they put their sounds, inviting people that maybe on this day and this day, we're going to meet at Logogo Showgrounds. What they are doing is inviting. And whoever who has not done massive invitations, you normally see their shows also are not having big turn-ups, isn't it? So same applies network marketing. If you have organized, if you join the business, you need to invite. And you never know when you are going to meet your next champion. And inviting is also one of the major skills you need to also learn immediately you start network marketing business. One of the best skills you need to master besides inviting. Which other skills someone has to master? Prospecting. That's when you are getting contacts. After getting them, you need to learn how to invite. What other skill you need to master? Presenting. Because you cannot do presentations without inviting. So the invitations or inviting is one of the skills that is major, that everyone in your team or you personally, you need to master. It's a skill that you need to work on very fast as early as possible. Immediately you have joined network marketing or even at the beginning of the year, because there is not any winning team that has ever won their next championship with their old team players. For those who watch football or who are soccer fans, if you realize at the beginning of every season, best teams, they normally go to purchase new players. So even you who is already a member, not only someone new, because seasons change and generations change. You may find that in every season, you need to master what is training, which skills to invite, so that even you can also have new players, so that change the game this year, 2026. And some of the things you need to master when you want to become so good at inviting is because inviting is the open door for the conversation. That in case you have not invited, if you realize if you are someone who is new, or it's your first time, or you have taken long without making invitations, you develop some phobia, some fear. So by the time you are now inviting, you start thinking maybe it's too late, maybe it's too early, maybe people are busy, maybe tomorrow they are going to be voting, tomorrow they will be also waiting to announce who has maybe won the votes. You realize that you start developing that fear. But the moment you click the dial button, esimu netandika kuyitamu, it is easier for them to start talking because the simu mazo kuyitamu, isn't it? But you find that it was the door to open the what? The conversation. Inviting also creates curiosity without pressure. Because the moment you start inviting, you call someone, you talk about the program, or you give them an appointment, it's going to start creating curiosity within their minds. What's this all about? How much am I going to be earning? What's up with the business? The higher chances of that person to turn up because you invited them, it's also high. But the moment you don't do it, the chances of also your friends not to know about your business, it's also what? High. Customer and the invitations. It's going to help you to create curiosity in your friends so they can also get that urge of wanting to know what you are doing, simply because you are practicing that step of inviting. And after prospecting, what is the other step you need to master? We said inviting, prospecting. Presenting. Which other step? Closing. You see that inviting, it fuels all those steps. In case someone is not invitations, chances are high, you may find that they have no one to close. Why? They did not invite. They have no one to present to. Why? They did not invite. And also, being natural and also authentic. That the moment you start making those phone calls, you need to be natural. You don't need to change. When I was new in network marketing, I first had made calls and people are not showing up. And I had one of my uplines. She had been in the business for a good bit of time. What I did was to always sit next to her, to listen exactly what she was talking on the phone. And I had to copy what she was doing. But sometimes, you don't need to change. You have to remain yourself. Maybe someone is going to call someone that you know they are of high class than you. You don't need also to change. Maybe you've been talking to your friends, you've been using Luganda. By the time you are inviting, even if the script was in English, you don't need to change. Maybe Akumanyide, that maybe, who is very good here in Uganda? Which name should I use? Burhan. Wakuraminga Burhan. Okay, ngakumanyide nti Burhan goli mulungi mu Luganda. Karaga no kuwulira Burhan akyuse nti hello, how are you? I'm okay, how are you? Ngakuddamu story ki? Ate otandise kumuddamu bitakwatagana, still in English. Sometimes you need to be natural. Find a way how you can also get that script to remain in your tone or to turn it to the language that they are used with you. Or maybe akumanyira mungeri yakuba nti you are jolly. When I'm reading that book of Master Key, there is that script whereby someone, they say, have something interesting that you need to see. Let's meet tomorrow. I normally share with my new champion. I share with them that within your people, buli omanyi ebisinga omusanyusa. Waliyo chali gomanyi ngono ye boyogera ku mmere, the turn up will be very fast. Isn't it? Nga wemanyi who is here, nga you know them very well. When you talk about food, they will show up very fast. Eh? Like who? Nga you know them about food, even if you don't need to give them the time. They are the ones who are going to follow you up. What time is it? The food. Eh? For example, who? Who? Beatrice. Eh? Okay, you know your friends better. That when you call, for example, Beatrice, you don't need to talk about the opportunity. What? You know, inviting just as long as someone shows up, isn't it? Now there are those whom I used to call. For example, I say, hello Beatrice, how are you? I'm okay, how are you? Then mugamba man, nina pate jendaga, ne waliyo emere. Waliyo chi? You're sure. When you talk about food, they are going to show up. You don't talk about a lot of things. They are the ones who are going to ask you where exactly and what time, isn't it? And there are some of my friends I invited in those using those scripts. And by the way, they had to show up. Natuka, when they reach here, and they find everyone is very smart. And after the meeting, they even forget that you talked about food. By the time you're meeting them again, they are talking about deluxe, superior, premium. And maybe those who joined, later I bought them the food. Because if someone paid the deluxe, what's the referral bonus? How much? How much? 241,000. And also the binary, in case they're on your pairing leg, you also pay 165. Cut buying for them pilau at City Walk of maybe 16,000. It's not hard, isn't it? And there are those whom you knew that if you are going to talk about money, they are going to show up very fast. I call maybe who is good. Now you know them. If you talk about money, they are going to show up very fast. Which name should I use here? Annie? Ruth, yeah? Okay. I talk about Ruth. I say, hello Ruth, how are you? I'm okay, how are you? You know, have something interesting that you need to see. Kuriko sente. Kuriko sente. You sure she's going to show up? And maybe someone who is also, you know them, they know you, you're always jolly. You don't need to become so serious to invite them. You have to remain natural. You have to remain natural. You don't need to change. You remain yourself. And that's how you need to be when you are doing those invitations. That you don't need to change yourself. You don't need to become so serious. You need to get a script that is going to work for you. You find a creative way how you are going to turn it maybe into your own way of doing it better. Another thing is that understanding the prospective's mindset. That those whom you are going to talk to, you have to first understand them. In case you are going to invite someone who is so close to you, you may find we don't talk to all people the same way, right or right? Because the way, if I may give an example, how many of you have ever dated before? By show of hands, you have ever dated? Let me see by show of hands. How many of you have never dated before? But they're raising up their hand. Let me give an example. If your girlfriend calls right now, or your boyfriend, they call right now, and also your brother or your sister calls right now, the way you talk on the phone, is it the same? Yeah? To some of you are very good in a relationship, you may find that even the network here may disappear, isn't it? Ogeno kulengera Queen Jordan alieri kudinise wasemba. What when she helps us to stay here? Even when she starts talking, we may hear that she's talking in the phone, but we can't hear what she's talking about. Have you realized it? I don't know where the magic is. Atengoli atali wano yamuwulira. Nenga mawamuli okumpi temukola ki? Temuwulira. I don't know where the magic is. Come. And maybe sometimes, if it is your brother who has called, you may even tell them, I'm in a meeting now, so calling them. But to the other one, you may find that the network may disappear here. We look for you, we can't see you anymore, or we can just see you smiling, but you know what you are talking about. So, even to inviting, the way how you are going to invite these clients may differ according to the relationship you have with that person. True or true? The way you are going to invite the chairperson in your village where you stay, it's not the way you are going to invite this guy who fries chapatis. Isn't it? The way you invite your head teacher will be different from the way you are going to invite your fellow classmates who used to even sit with on the same desk. Isn't it? That the invitations are going to differ according to the person you are inviting. That's why you also need to know the prospective's mindset, the one you are going to be inviting. Are you together? And also other things that you need to master. Help me click next there. You need to, someone please tap for me on the clicker so that we can manage time. So when you're inviting, we're talking about you need to master, keep emotions low a bit. Keep the emotions low and posture very high. You don't need to be very desperate when you're inviting. You have to maintain posture. Maintain what? Posture. Maintain what? Posture. Posture. Don't show that you are needy. Don't be desperate. The extent that I used to call some of my, even right now, if I call, maybe you tell me tomorrow I may not manage, I may even go and I ask you before I even change the appointment, that are you serious or you're not serious? So I give the opportunity to another person. Are you together? So that someone can know that, because the truth is, to the person who invited you, let me give an example on myself. The person who invited me, even me who is doing the business, who benefits the most? I'm meaning me and the person who invited me. Who is benefiting the most? I'm the one benefiting, so I cannot pretend as if I'm doing the business for my sponsor, isn't it? So even the person you are inviting, you put in your minds that you are the one helping them. It's not the one, they are not the ones helping you. Are we together? So the moment you keep the posture high, are you together? That in case I'm giving you an appointment, I don't need to be desperate. There are those of you who are solo and desperate. come naawe gezaako okwangu wanyamba buyambi kale jangu, please show up. No. People are going to see as if you have nothing to do, and they will do it just to hurt you not to show up.